The only thing is that we need prayers. We're working hard on these 3 cases. This case of Bank has been adjourned for a month for the prosecution to prepare the documents and discover them so that we can rely on the documents in the prosecution. So we are fine, except that prayers are necessary.
So now, because we frame argument I'm for can say, who say time judgment no ever ban abeng dodo say we you who frame say be intimi emwa client and okwan be so.
Yes, time no na abeng ni yenu ayehu no emwa fair trial. Enti bia na miminti na ni yenu eba ne saa bia na obi ba na ni yena sesa. Say ni be benya fair trial. In all cases, criminal trial, you have fair trial. And Article 19(1) of the Constitution, I see a man of mere. Now we hear information or we hear evidence and the defendant who obia na the record time who be that case yaba and nebra chinabra 2 o'clock 3 o'clock night na and only who say asem wan be easy e dey asem wan we see no and say concern e dey bia na me from so tina asem gadan city it is under no circumstance. Me see evidence that the hono and never possible outcomes and him go say any glory. And to be obey decision was our case here that way. Any evidence they will other say in Beguasi and also obey glorified.
Because it's a court and say any say obey application to the next step here.
Next step say may officially withdraw from the case. I'll file notice of withdrawal. Now may be who case. Now say Ghana Nedi say I see a tumika near pass judgment on somebody. Court to say procedure no by say inform court to say ye who free. It is unknown to criminal jurisprudence. I agree. Then so Lord there be I grow. Now in the case of Republic versus Dufo, before that case, near case management a criminal trial. But in the case of Dufo, the court ruled say SSA case management, and since then no, case management including even in this case. Now case management any criminal procedure but senior court who say a bema fair trial import case management from civil jurisdiction into criminal jurisdiction. So, a can say. Notice of withdrawal of legal services. In fact, recent times, Mrs. Gertrude Tokonu versus Attorney General, lawyer letter court was say, on to me representing the client in review. Court to say improper and incompetent. Say letter keke. Now I say so far a kwanya ube inform court to know a kwampapasu by way of motion. And to say court to know Supreme Court to. I can say Supreme Court also can one can say in civil trial or see who back court by way of properly by way of a motion. Taking advice from Supreme Court ruling in that matter. No. If you listen, a papa see a back court near the motion and be informed court to not be to say and the appeal could be or represented Wontumi bill was a case him. Send your beya and say, oh, for a chile boko and already. And I say the TSA and the appeal could be one represented Wontumi to the end. And in any Supreme Court agreeing, agreeing Cronwan AGB in the case of Dufo and the case management. And it is a court to grow there. Now possible see a adopt to proceedings in civil trial in a criminal matter. Now as a court to so agitumu. Now you grow
the court and say lawyer and the appeal could be. Our lead counsel for Chairman Wontumi any akonta mining at the motion ebedom court say baby asabna bidru no osese na adwima e ho behia say obeyi ni ho a free case na Chairman Wontumi ape lawyer and also no ankasa kra ne be defend no awato asem so then no ne ba na Attorney General for na file ne friend notice to raise preliminary legal objection. Omo objection and say enam say back criminal case ye dia lawyer owo mu time bia opebia otumi e withdraw the service no withdraw I hun here so be ba be court amande so pese on withdraw enti no of so say e hun here mpo say court no ebe grant side because in the first place na hun here say court ebe hun po say opeso withdraw yen ya adwen yen say titino na ye di case a offer accused person no na obegina adaka no ka say onya guilty a prosecution friend the first witness owie a no akofre ne second witness ana na edi no Dr. Comrade before case no go do Supreme Court no ne yakofa bibia a friend of practice direction and regulating criminal prosecution and yakofa enema akane na civil case nko an ye to say case management ye dey be share criminal prosecution and dey adwen yen say enema asesa and you a lawyer on record why your case management I won wasn't sign pre-trial checklist in esa enema na wontumi sorry I say that cross sorry I will say one bokota man dey we free enti na emfale sa motion no de bedom court se be ya court be hu se enyina so we ni enti lawyer ne se oyi ni ho africase e di maame no sorry judge no sorry oba ye no kan se ono na adwen osu se e hu mpo hia se e be fale sa motion no e de aba bedom court na lawyer no tem bia ye criminal case nti ko so withdraw a obetimi a withdraw services so obo ne tofa na de ko see court and
I don't think Wontumi ever wished that he was even in politics, I tell you. He has completely been abandoned. They have left him. That is why at this material time, Apia Kubi is also running away. The internet never forgets. Apia Kubi never had any issue with processes that are taking place at the court. Not on a single occasion did I hear Apia Kubi complain about procedures or processes that are taking place.
Oh, he's never complained?
He has never.
So are you sure about
No, not once. They have done everything possible. On all that Wontumi needed was the intervention of God. He has run away from Wontumi. Just like how Godfrey Dami ran away from Wontumi. Yeah. That Wontumi is a regional chairman. And not just a regional chairman coming from their stronghold. So ordinarily you would expect that camaraderie or that support from the regional chairman, not even the national executive, the regional chairman. How many times have you seen any regional chairman even visit the court to solidarize with him? The last time I go to court more often because of business. Anytime I've been there, it is only this guy, Pasco, a branch of, is it Fasco or Pasco, and some few bloggers. And they don't know what those people tell me. Because I was in the NPP and they know me, they confine in some of us. You understand? You have never been there, you are sitting in your comfort room. Yeah, I mean, you don't care about Wontumi. At this stage, I don't think Wontumi ever wished that he was even in politics, I tell you. And it shows the attitude of the NPP itself. He has completely been abandoned. They have left him and he sees it. Yeah, yes, he sees it. That is why at this material time, Apia Kubi is also running away. I listened to the interview and it's laughable. You see, the internet never forgets. Let me quote Apia Kubi himself. Just on the 4th of June.
Oh, he said something?
2026. He filed his withdrawal on the 9th of June. Is that not the case? This is Apia Kubi City Dues Room. We are confident ahead of July 3rd judgment. Wontumi's lawyer posts it. Now, not to bore your listeners.
Okay.
The summary of that interview he had with City Newsroom was that they have done everything possible. They are so confident in the process, and that on the 3rd of July, Wontumi would definitely walk out as a free man.
Yes.
On that occasion, Apia Kubi never had any issue with processes that are taking place at the court. Now, that aside, of late, they are so magnanimous to us that when they go to court, they go with bloggers. So when they come out of court, then they get the bloggers to what? Interview them.
Right.
Not on a single occasion did I hear Apia Kubi complain about procedures or processes that are taking place.
Oh, he's never complained?
He has never.
So are you sure about
No, not once. And I'm saying, I've been following the case carefully. Not once. In fact, on the contrary, he has been praising the process, the procedures.
Oh, praising the judge?
He has been, whether the judge or the court is, and I'm talking about the court. I'm not even narrowing to the judge. That it is going smoothly.
That's what Apia Kubi said.
That's what. In fact, his last rendition on this whole subject matter was to the effect that they have done everything possible. On all that Wontumi needed was the intervention of God. You remember that issue? That why they have gotten to the needed God, when social media went with that story, later it came that does not mean that Wontumi is guilty or will be pronounced guilty. So I was taken aback to hear him say that he is withdrawing from the case at this juncture because the way and manner the judge had behaved, and if indeed the judge had behaved in an awkward manner, there are legal processes to that, to even call the judge to order. You understand? Now, I looked at his affidavit, what he has filed at court to withdraw himself from the case. And clearly, this is somebody that is trying to run away from the obvious.
This is the second time you're saying he's
he's running away. He's running away. Remember, 2 lawyers have run away from it. He will be the second lawyer to run away from the case. The original case that was filed, Godfrey Dame was the lawyer.
That's not true.
That's true. Go and check. Go and check. Go and check. Go and check. You understand?
So what's your source of this?
I'll get to the source.
Yeah, you need.
I'll get to the source. It's very simple to verify. The case was filed on the 7th of October. You understand? Remember, Apia Kubi filed to be the counsel on this case on the 28th of October. That's why I even tell you that someone was there before he came in. You understand? But I'll get to the source.
So we need.
I will get to the source very soon. It's just that.
In fact, we're also doing our own checks.
Yes.
Because that's questionable for you to say.
Yes. What is true?
Okay.
If that's not true, what is true?
Finish your.
No, you don't have anything.
He's asking you.
You come and sit there.
One from when Chairman Wontumi did his famous Ghana for Muntio. The first person to even speak as his lawyer was Andy Apia.
So I am I'll get to this one. Don't worry. It was the first. Don't worry. I'll get him the facts. It's very simple. I'll get him. But we are because I'm talking. I don't want to stop.
But you don't have the facts, so don't say.
So for now, when I have it,
okay.
I'll come in and prove to him that he's just lying here.
Okay.
Here is one of those that have abandoned him. You understand? So what I'm saying is that if you go to paragraph 14 of what Apia Kubi has taken to court, listen to Apia Kubi today. That I know that the outcome of this case will not be the end of this matter. And believe that justice will be better served on a better and more equitable platform with cooperating actors. What has happened in court? Has the court made any pronouncement? What has Apia Kubi seen that he is predicting or projecting into the future?
No, but he's just clarified that in my interview. I asked him the very last question, asking whether or not he's confident that Chairman Wontumi will walk free or otherwise.
Yes.
He says you have only 2 options when you go to court.
Yes.
Yes, and he's told
he didn't.
You'll be very surprised.
No, he didn't provide the 2 options. He gave you only 1 option. That he shouldn't go the other way, then someone will be disgraced. Let's add it.
And that he'll be surprised.
Why would he be surprised?
The facts, the evidence, according to him.
According to his own evidence or the evidence available to the court and the judge. He cannot go to court and be a judge in his own court. Is that not the case? So what it is there, this is the more reason why he should even stay on this case. Because you know the case better. That if anything untoward happens, that is where you can go on appeal and then based on what...
You can't force him into unemployment. It's just so...
Did we force him to go and join the case? Nobody forced you. You were sitting out somewhere and said you are the lawyer. You have been granting all these interviews.
Do you know how you became the lawyer to him?
I understand it's pro bono. Chairman was looking for a lawyer.
For free?
That's what I understand. That he doesn't take a penny. But
he says you can't force him into unemployment.
No, this time you force him into unemployment because he has brought himself into unemployment. And you cannot run away when the case, where we are is a matter of judgment. So where are you running away to? You must be there. You have granted a lot of interviews. You have led this man into court. You have led him into evidence. You have done everything to do with the case. So why do you abandon him at this last hour?
So are you saying that Apia Kubi is being a bad lawyer or it's not?
At this stage, he has disappointed with you. If I'm going to be, I'll be so much disappointed. Because when you are going to war, sometimes you get to the court and you see your lawyer, it even gives you an encouragement. Now look at the time that he say he's withdrawing from the case. Because he has emotional and psychological, it is having emotional and psychological turn on him. Lawyers are not supposed to be trained in that way. That emotions.
But he's human.
No, but at the end of the day, you were able to go through this emotion to finish the case. All that's a last judgment. So where lies the emotions again?
So what are you suggesting about?
What I'm suggesting is
that he's not being effective. Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm suggesting is that he has rather disappointed Wontumi. He has, in every sphere of life, shape. At this stage, I don't envy Wontumi. You understand? But he must teach him something. That your lawyer, before the judgment, will come out and say, I'm withdrawing. Why are you withdrawing? I don't have any confidence in the process. My goodness. And you go into the affidavit that he filed, he says he filed a submission of no case. It was dismissed. Because of that, he's having emotional and psychological torture. He said, oh, he requested for the assignment between Wontumi and Okum, and then Wontumi and then Makejedu, and that one was not provided. All this, that is why at the end of the case, the court allows you to submit what you call, they have what you call written submissions or so that you state all that you believe has happened that should help your case. You haven't done that or haven't done that, you come and tell us that you are abandoned. Meanwhile, it is only the Samurai boy case that he is living. Why is he not living the others? Why? Is it because the others have not reached the point of judgment, and when it gets to the point of judgment, is he also going to run away again? I mean, we got to be serious. You understand? Now, the plea bargain thing.
Okay, we'll do. I want you to separate those two.
Yes.
So let me bring in.
But let me check the first lawyer on the case for him.
In fact, we have updates on that. It's true. It's true. You know what you're saying. What you're saying about Godfrey Dami, our own checks. Just putting out our.
No, look. But before then, we are very serious. But before we get there, look. When I come here and make statements, I don't come here. I come here fully prepared.
With facts?
Facts. Don't take me. Look, when you see me with papers, I take my time
these are
to
not
read.
Empty papers you are holding.
My goodness, I spend money to print documents and come here to come and educate. Why would I come and misinform? To do what?
So let me tell you about what.
Tell the story.
So our context also is that when the home of Chairman Wontumi was raided, that's when Godfrey Dami came in May 2020.
Not Godfrey Dami alone.
Yes, I mean,
we had a lot of lawyers.
I mentioned a name,
almost all of them.
Yeah.
But this case,
what I'm talking about,
started
by. So when you say that he wasn't the first lawyer, it's not entirely.
Let me tell you something. I will get you the right
lawyer. He has been his long time.
Forget about what I say. He's not saying anything. What is he talking about?
So I'm telling you that he was a lawyer from day one. But when he came to the raid on his home,
yes, the raid was in connection with what? We're not preparing to court.
So if you say he wasn't the first lawyer, then you're not.
Godfrey Dami was never represented.
You can say that
never represented him in court.
More than one lawyer.
So Dami ran away. So I was telling you that Apia Akubi wasn't the first lawyer.
Yes.
To deal with Wontumi.
No, but when you say that, you're not going to be factual because now you'd have to demonstrate to us who started it, and it was Apia Akubi.
So you don't worry.
But at some point,
no, don't worry. I will still narrow it there.
No, so you check.
I will check. I'll go through the files.
Okay, update.
I'll go through the files. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So thank you so much, and good morning to our cherished viewers, and good morning.
I also do the checks. Ivan will also do the same.
So the first thing is that when Chairman Wontumi was arrested,
yes,
you had almost every NPP lawyer present to really secure his bail and everything.
Okay.
You remember at a point in time when Apia Akubi even joined.
So Apia was the first? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that Apia has been his long-term lawyer.
Okay.
He has been the lawyer for Akonta Mining for a long time, for more than 10 years. So when the issue came, the first lawyer to file will be him.
Yeah.
But when he was arrested, we didn't know why he was arrested. At that time, you remember, they invited him to the police station. He gave them up to Monday to appear. Then on Friday, they raided his home. That was when he did that famous Ghana for Musorio. Because that time, we didn't know why he was being pursued.
So Godfrey Dami came in at some point?
Godfrey Dami came.
Okay.
Gary Nimakumafu came. You remember, at a point in time, it was even his wife, Chairman Wontimi's wife, who contacted Gary to go to court, because at the time when they gave that onerous bail condition,
you were not sure of who was.
No, it was really Apia Akubi who was in front with Godfrey Dami and others.
Right.
But they wanted a variation. Initially, we wanted a variation from the from Yoko. Then the wife met Gary Mako and asked him to file in court for the violation.
So Solo is not telling us the truth.
Yes, he's not telling us because you see this case. He said because you see,
So
your question has to do with this particular case.
Okay.
And I'm saying that the one who filed this particular case in court is Andy Apiakubi and not Godfrey Dami.
Okay. So what was Godfrey Dami doing then for him?
The bill at the police headquarters and at the
so he was involved at a certain point.
Yes, he was. You see, every lawyer in NPP was involved.
Okay, I get it.
But you see, when you tell us that Godfrey Dami started the case and ran away, you are telling lies. You're telling lies.
He didn't run.
He didn't run away. He was not his lawyer. At that time,
He didn't run.
I'm saying at the time when he was arrested.
Yeah.
Every MPP lawyer was present.
How many MPP lawyers are you have? That is every MPP lawyer.
Including
how many MPP lawyers
minority leader?
You were all there.
Yeah, they were all there.
As lawyers.
Minority leader. Yes.
So
on record.
He entered. He even entered. He was part of the few lawyers that entered.
So
and I feel not every MPP lawyer
was there to secure bail for him.
Okay, fine.
You understand? And this is the fact.
Okay, fine.
But Godfrey Dami did not start
He didn't run away.
This case to even run away.
He ran away.
That is one.
He ran away.
Two is that you see, he says we have abandoned him.
Yeah.
I was hoping that he will give us instances where we had abandoned him. He didn't give a single instance where we have abandoned him. We have been in court with him. We have been reporting on it. We've been talking about it. And you see, this is a court case. And the MPP as a political party cannot interfere in these things. He has his lawyers. Where he needed our support, we were there for him.
Oh, you were there for Chairman?
Yes, but you saw MP sitting on the floor. You didn't see that? All the MPs, they walked from Parliament to Yoko and sat on the floor. So if you say we have abandoned him, how did we abandon him? When the case, preparation towards the case, we were doing everything possible to get him bail. And he got that bail. After getting that bill, who gave him even the sureties? It was Brian Champon who brought all his document for him to even get the bail. Yeah. After all that, now the court case has commenced. That you don't need political backing again. All you need is your lawyers and the facts and the Attorney General. And we've been following through. And again, you see, you are a journalist. And you know that now the order of the day is these bloggers and so on. Yeah. They are always there.
Wasn't the MPP that boss?
Exactly, they are always there. And when you say they go and bring out bloggers and so on, this is a high-stakes political case. You understand? This is a high-stakes political case. So anytime he goes to court, you get bloggers and reporters going there to ask him what transpired in court. Again, you know, in court, you can't record. As a reporter, you cannot record, you can only be putting something down and so on. When you come out, you can interview the lawyers and so on. So that was really what happened. So he doesn't go with bloggers, he doesn't even speak. Who does? Dr. Bawumia, who Wontumi will never speak. He will only be doing this, the science and so on. He will not. But the lawyers speak. Then the lawyers will tell them what happened. And again, you see, he says there were no clashes with the judge until today.
Yes.
That's not true. There were two instances where there were clashes. They came out angry. One is that the judge in the case sat in open court and accused Chairman Wontumi and his people of playing tactics. Yes. So they came out and said that the judge is taking sides because why do you think that we're playing delaying tactics?
Wow.
That is one instance.
No, you should give me
the second instance. I'll show you. The second,
show me right now.
But the second instance was that when
for that claim you're raising, this is new to me, to be honest.
Okay, I'll show you. I'll give you.
It doesn't have. Don't worry.
And again, the other instance is when they called for the state to give some further disclosures of documents, and the court blocked that. That was when he started raising issues of bias. And yes,
I can just read and on the 4th of June, he the same said he was confident.
Hold on, let me read. Let me read. Tuesday, 9th December 2025.
Yes.
High Court rejects Wontumi request for documents in mining trial. Now, the Accra High Court yesterday dismissed the application by Accra lawyers
known
as Chairman Wontumi, Ashanti Regional Chairman, seeking to compel the Attorney General to disclose certain documents in his ongoing trial.
But that's not the first claim you made.
I'll give you the first claim. This is the second claim.
Yes.
I'm saying that.
Because the first one is very wild.
David, where is evidence that the lawyer was not happy with it?
The first claim you made is quite strange to me. That's why I'm...
That was biased. The judge was biased.
You just said the judge made some pronouncements that
yes,
the process
that they were doing
the process was being
delayed tactics. Yes, I'll just give you the source right now.
Yes.
I'm just giving you the source right now.
Well, we don't have. We don't
but you don't have time, and you are telling me.
We don't have the whole day.
You can cross-check from your people.
If you are saying that, you would have read it somewhere or there's some source. Where's the source?
Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming. It's not conjecture.
This guy, if you give you the whole day, you will have it. So let's move on.
Should I go to Ivan when?
No, but I'm not done with mine. I have to do my submission.
No, I wanted you to look for the source. Then I'll give you the time back again.
I am telling you that the judge accused them in open court of bias. Let your producers check.
Oh, but you are the one
of doing delaying tactics. After I am done with my submission in the courtroom.
Yes, but I'm saying that
after I am done with my submission, I'll read that to you.
Yes, but you just read the second one. What's holding you back from reading the first one to us?
Because Can
I give you the time? Let me go to Ivan, and then so that you look for it, then I come back to you. Do you want that to happen?
So is that the premise of my entire submission?
No, I'm not saying so.
You see, you've given me time to make submission. And I've read something and you're saying that you needed a source. And I'm telling you that if I finish my submission, I will give you the source. And you're saying that you are holding on until I finish.
So we won't finish the show today if you don't provide us the evidence.
That's all.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay, then
I am saying that this is not the first.
Well, you won't leave here if you don't provide us with the evidence.
So what I mean is that
I will chase him to the...
If Andy Apiakubi is saying that the court has shown some bias, I said there are two instances that I can remember.
Yes.
One is that the judge in an open court accused Andy and his people of playing delayed tactics.
And we are not taking that now.
I'll give you that.
You have to back.
The second one is what I read to you, that she blocked the state from disclosing. The judge blocked the state from disclosing certain documents that they think it will help them push their case.
Is that out of the law?
It's not. Okay. But I'm saying that is how the instances that they believe.
But now that the
judge, he complained.
Where is it?
But that is what I wrote.
No,
I read.
So your point is, yes, basically your point is our.
So my point is that he withdrawing today, saying that he thinks that the judge is biased and there are some unforeseen hands controlling it, and the kind of fast-track nature of the trial. You understand? Because you see, from all indications, when you're listening to everyone, they are saying that they are playing delaying tactics. You ask that.
You are repeating that again.
You ask that question.
You are repeating your.
I'm saying that you ask even Apia.
But you haven't provided. Yes, I asked him. Yes,
that they are playing delaying tactics, and on social media and everyone is saying, is the trial a sprint or a marathon? Is it supposed to just be that within this period we have to get complete?
No, but my question to him on the delay taxes has got to do with the fact that if you change a lawyer...
I am asking the question.
Yes, but I'm explaining to you why I asked. If you change your lawyer, obviously your next counsel can ask for an extension of time to apprise himself with the matters.
So what is wrong with that?
Yes, so
in a trial, that's why I'm asking.
From what you are telling me, that the judge said in court that they were delaying the process. That's different.
Yes.
And you haven't provided me with any evidence.
I'll provide that evidence to you.
Okay, I'll
provide that evidence to you. So in this case, when you look at the entire process and the speed at which they are going with the case, it can only lead to one conclusion, that the state is in to persecute Chairman Wontumi and not really necessarily fighting Galamsey.
Oh, really?
Yes, because you see, there are 6 instances where national officers of the NDC DCs, MPs were accused of galamsey in the last 1 year, 6 months. Not even a call to them to come and even substantiate it. If you're really fighting galamsey, the first instance is Oscar Ofori-Labi, MP for our win.
Well, do you know how many members of the NPP were accused of engaging in illegal mining?
How many of them?
So many. We've had names.
Mention some.
So, but I don't have to go back.
I'm saying that.
So many claims were made. So if it's about allegations, both sides, both the NDC and NPP, you agree that so many names were mentioned?
The government that came to power and said we're coming to arrest kingpins.
Okay.
And they said the first campaign is Wontumi. Then you have an MP whose people, chiefs, had organized press conference to say that he's parceling out lands for galamseyers and was taking 200,000 cedis from them. In fact, Engineer Kenashibe has petitioned the president on Oscar Ofori-Labi, the constituency chairman for Axim, that is Evolojra, constituency chairman for Upper Denchira East.
You're mentioning names,
yes, the three of them. Ken Ashibe has presented a petition to the president to investigate them for galamsey. They were never called. Three of them. You remember Hidim, where the MP for Asutifi North went there and it had to take the Zongo chief to rescue 9 more soldiers in a police station. What has happened to that case?
So what's your point?
What I'm saying is that if really they are really minded to fight galamsey, the kingpins are the MPs and the DCEs who were involved in galamsey and were reported, they were caught red-handed in galamsey.
Wontumi has never been reported to President Akufo-Addo? You don't recall that?
Remind me.
Oh, but the lands minister
President Akufo-Addo.
So now,
hold on.
So the same Wontumi.
President Akufo-Addo was on record to have told us in church.
Yes,
was in church
that he is not engaged in galamsey.
Yes,
and it's also emerged in court. Even in court, the deputy attorney general confirmed that indeed Wontumi was not engaged in galamsey.
Oh no, but
in a court trial,
you cannot try.
I'm saying that even in court, you and almost everyone in this country before we lost the elections, we're saying that Wontumi was engaged in galamsey.
But I was just pointing.
But in court, it emerged that the deputy general said that they never accused Wontumi of engaging in galamsey.
I was bringing that up to point out to you. I was bringing that up to point out to you that there was indeed a report before President Akufo-Addo.
So the person has been arrested. The person is facing trial. What is preventing the NDC people who were also reported, to the extent that you have Kenashibe, the Chamber of Mines CEO, reporting 3 people to the president that they are engaged in galamsey?
Can we focus on Chairman Wontumi?
Why can't we? Why do we have to focus on Chairman Wontumi when there are numerous people who are also engaged in galamsey? Who have been caught red-handed. So that is why I'm telling you that if you're focusing on Wontumi alone, it means this is persecution and not prosecution. Because if there are other people who have been engaged in it, and you have instances where even a court has convicted a DCE. At Tiwa East, the DCE was convicted of contempt for going on a galamsey site and was digging with his brothers. The Koforidua High Court, the same person is still a DCE today because he's the constituency chairman for the place. And you think we should just focus on Wontumi because that's why I'm telling you, if we are to focus on only Wontumi, it means it is persecution and prosecution. Because if it is prosecution, we were told that they will arrest kingpins. Diamonds is telling us that they have arrested 1,400 people. How many of the kingpins have they arrested in the last 1 year?
Great question there. Ivan, let me come to you.
Blessed, let me say good morning to your cherished viewers and
please look for the link for us. Yes.
Yeah, when I get it, you hold him so that I read it.
Yes, when you get that.
Lawyer Andy Apia Kubi is one of the most experienced senior lawyers in this country, and he's admired by many. I have listened to him for quite some time now, and I can understand his frustration relating to the ongoing case. But I think it is quite unfortunate he has started a certain PR campaign in the media. Because ever since he filed a notice...
PR?
Oh, yeah. So ever since he filed this notice, he has conducted more radio, TV interviews than how many times he has even represented Wontumi in court. And I'm telling you,
being in court since.
No. He has been jumping. No.
They all have that.
You see, he has been running from one radio station, TV station, radio station, TV station, home conducting.
But what's wrong with the lawyer?
At his level,
yes.
I don't expect that from him, because this is a case that is still ongoing, pending before a court of competent jurisdiction. And you see, as experienced as he is, maybe he has realized that the preponderance of evidential value in this whole trial will be far beyond reasonable doubt, and that is the only way he can conveniently negotiate his way out.
The interview because it's based on his decision to walk away.
Yes,
he's never spoken to the
no. He has raised a lot of allegations.
Forced me to be a lawyer for Chairman.
I understand, but you see, he has raised a lot of allegations.
Yes.
Which one way or the other impugns on the credibility of the court.
Yes.
And you see, if you are convinced as a lawyer that a judge sitting on a case is biased or blocking you, whatever, and you are convinced beyond every reasonable doubt, even on average of probability that the judge is biased, you can petition the Chief Justice. You can petition the Chief Justice. That particular right, he's within that particular realm. Has he activated that? So if you look at the media, the PR campaign is a sort of an emotional PR campaign.
To suggest
and I think
that he's walking away.
No. He's
walk away.
He's pulling a lot of defeatist muscles beneath this whole campaign.
Okay, so I have the story. I have the story.
No.
I have the story.
You can't have the story here.
I have the story. What about you? I have the story. You said you allow him stop so that I read.
Yes, but let him land on the point. Then I give him point. Yes.
Which point?
Why you read it?
I give you all the time, so just hold on.
You read it.
Take your time. We are on.
Oh, but when you were asking me to stop my submission and read,
you said you would debate.
Let him read. I'll come to you. Okay.
Let him read.
Blessed. So what I'm saying is that there are avenues he could use to address or to seek remedies for some of these concerns he has. Yes, it is not always you go to court and have your way. You understand? Because the judge sitting there is not a zombie who will allow you to just get your way. At one of the interviews that he conducted, he said he's not feeling right. So far as the process is concerned, nobody goes to court to discuss how somebody feels. It's about the issues, the key issues. You understand? So if you are dissatisfied and you are convinced that the judge is biased, there are processes to activate. But to jump into the media suddenly, seeking to bastardize the entire process, making it look like, you asked him and he said he will be so much surprised that Wontumi will be. You see, some of these things seek to cast a certain indignation at the ongoing process. For me, that is very disappointing. That's why I started by enumerating.
Is this the facts, the evidence before?
No, yes. So at the end of the day, the judge is going to consider all the facts before him and make a judgment out of it. If the judgment comes, people will subject it to critical scrutiny. If there are any element of unreasonability in the judgment, those concerns can be raised. And again, whatever be the outcome, that is not going to be the end of this Chairman Wontumi case. Chairman Wontumi may be found guilty in the ongoing trial, and his lawyers can file an appeal. That right is there, you understand? And you also have the right to fair trial, which is enshrined in Article 19(1). Everybody has the right to free trial, you understand? So if you think that that particular right is being impeded, you can even seek remedy at the Human Rights Court, you understand? So you see, there are a lot of avenues available for him, but I think that he has realized that the evidential value in this particular case may be far beyond reasonable doubt, and that his client may not get away out of it. So the only way to go about it is the kind of the PR campaign.
But he's told that he's representing him in other matters.
I understand, but we are talking about a peculiar case, which is beaming. Maybe he's convinced that in this particular case, it's not going to work out for me, so I will not go down with him. That is why many people are suggesting that he's abandoning him. Because when this whole thing started, he could have exited at the early stage. You don't wait to the time you are waiting for what you call the judgment, at this point, exiting will be inconsequential. You understand that? The only thing the court can do is to give Wontumi time to bring in somebody to represent him. But that is not going to have any consequential impact or effect on the substance of the case. You understand?
You
so
understand
at the end of the day, what is going to happen? You understand? Because they are not going to restart the whole case again. You understand? So whoever comes in, it is the same fact of the case. The material fact remains the same. Whatever decision the court is going to make will be the same. You understand?
Then allow him to walk away.
So he can walk away. But
why is the state blocking him from walking away?
Please, can you stop this?
Why is the state blocking him from walking away? If you think nothing will change.
Gentlemen, just
your people, the deputy attorney general is saying that he's blocking him from walking away.
So the case is,
yes,
he has the right to do whatever that he wants to do. You understand? And for me, that is inconsequential.
Your own NDC people are saying they don't want him to walk away.
You understand? So if you look at this whole process, I think that he should be bold enough and end the case with Wontumi, because he had other options before this. You don't wait till the final day and just abandon the guy in the middle of the sea. You understand that? And run a PR campaign in an attempt to, just sow a certain seed in the minds of people that this is what we are expecting. So when it comes, then I told you so. You understand? I think that is in bad faith. For me, I am very, very disappointed in the way and manner he's going about this whole thing. He can quietly negotiate his exit, allow somebody to come in. You keep quiet over the case. But to be running around explaining, I found something, the judge blocked it. Who said if you go to court and find something, every time you should be accepted? There has been instances people go to court and they file motion and be denied. So these are trivial, petty matters to be running around on TV and radio advertising, seeking to indict the credibility of the judge and even the court as somebody who is part of the legal family. For me, I think it's quite unfortunate. We all may have our disagreements, our dissatisfactions or whatever, but must be channeled in a way that can bring some sort of a dignity. Because, like I said, if he's convinced beyond reasonable doubt that the judge is biased, there are remedies available that he can seek, then it means that he's not even doing Wontumi any good. Because you
want to
because if you listen to his argument, he's seeking to make a point that the judge is biased. Yeah. So the judge is biased, you are hesitating for him to be hanged by a biased judge. Is that what you're making? It doesn't make sense, you understand? So for me, I think he's running away and just pulling a defeatist muscles just to show a certain
this in the minds of people. As a lawyer, why do you not respect him?
No. He can walk away. Nobody can force him. Nobody can force him. Like he said, the deputy AG. The deputy AG has no right to stop a lawyer who has decided to pull out of a case. So that might be his personal opinion.
It's not a personal opinion.
But he has also filed. No, gentlemen. Is there?
We are doing education. Education. But you are talking out of conjecture, and I'm telling you that the deputy attorney has filed.
No. But what's wrong with this gentleman?
Maybe they didn't brief you before coming. Maybe they didn't brief you. But the deputy attorney is blocking him.
Can you keep quiet?
Monday, I can't.
I'm coming. Is there any law in this country that imposes a strict responsibility on a lawyer that whether you like it or you proceed?
There is no law. That will be determined on Monday.
There is no law.
Who told you?
Even if he's denied, gentlemen.
On Monday, that is the reason he has to file.
What is in court is an objection.
Which objection?
From the AG side. It's an objection.
No, what is in court? What is in court?
Document.
What is in court?
Yes.
Is
the AG.
No, Attorney General is saying that. Andy is saying that I want to leave. Then the Attorney General is saying that
guy is misinforming people.
Yes, it's an objection.
He's misinforming
people. What am I informing?
You see?
What am I saying? That is
don't impose your twisted understanding on the people. Don't seek to impose.
That's why I'm saying that on Monday the court will decide whether there is a law or not. He is talking out of ignorance that there is no law.
Saying you cannot be compelled.
I'm saying that when he says there is no law,
which law is that?
Which law?
On Monday.
Which law?
On Monday.
I'm saying which law? Which law can compel a lawyer to represent a client? Which law?
That will be determined by the judge.
I'm asking you which law.
It will be determined by the judge on Monday. When you say there is no law,
which law?
You see, if the trial had begun earlier,
that's not the question for you. Which law?
It's just unnecessary interference. Listen, I'm saying that no, but even
while is coming,
even if the judge if the judge denies the motion, Apia Kubi has the right to say, I won't come to the court.
Absolutely.
Nobody
you can't force him to.
So what happened?
Look at him.
I'm not done.
Let me read the story.
So the case here is.
Let me read the story.
No. So the point is that
you're showing your bias.
Hold on.
I'm telling you, you're showing your bias today. Because you said you get back to me and you are now going back to the audience.
Let me read the
the time I was doing my submission, you held me.
Hold on.
You nearly strangulated me to read.
Come here.
And now I'm putting the thing on the side that you don't give me the opportunity to tell people.
Brother, remind him we are on TV and people are watching us.
Ivan, just go.
Yeah, they will know the bias.
We are not sitting on the side. We are on TV and people are watching us. So please behave yourself.
I'll give you the time.
So my point is that when this whole
TV for more than 10 minutes.
when this whole Wontumi case started, when this whole
it's okay. I'll give you the time.
when this whole Wontumi case started, you understand? It was quite obvious because at the time it is the indifference on the part of the previous government that has brought us all these things. Because at the time when Ghanaians raised concerns about Wontumi's involvement in some of these things, and even it got to a point where Kubako and Wachama Wontumi had an issue to the point that the Minerals Commission director, the CEO at the time, told us that Wontumi was operating without a license,
including the last minister.
You understand? But the president of the Republic of Ghana had choose no other occasion but the Catholic Bishop Conference in Koforidua to tell the whole world that Wontumi had done nothing. When at that point, the president at that point was not privy to any preliminary sort of investigation. You understand? So it is the indifference on the part and the unwillingness, the reluctance on the part of the government to act in the face of all these things, which has brought us this particular case. So I think Wontumi is not being bundled and thrown to jail. He has been given opportunity. His right under Article 19 has been given to him. It's for him to activate. It's unfortunate his lawyer is running away, but he's entitled to go for another lawyer. He can do lawyer shopping, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who will be willing to represent him. You understand? So this whole radio PR emotional campaign, it is unnecessary, especially looking at the pedigree of he's somebody I respect so much. I've been following him.
So you feel something is happening?
Yes, I think he's privy to something maybe you and I are not privy, because the substance of the case, he goes to court every day, he's privy to the details of it. I'm saying that maybe he's convinced beyond reasonable doubt that the preponderance of the evidential value in the ongoing case can be proven beyond reasonable doubt, and it's the reason why he's finding conveniently to negotiate his way out.
In fact, he's telling us that he's also not been told by any member of the NPP that he's a bad lawyer.
But he can't be a bad lawyer. There will be no basis.
Do you want to read that quickly?
It's better he reads it.
Don't mind. He's reading Google. Don't mind. He's reading Google.
So Ghana Web is also Google.
So what do you have?
Ghana Web is also Google.
So I'll read that quickly so that I bring the audience in.
So you're causing delays. Judges sharp warning to Wontumi lawyers. This is Ghana Web. So if you can read it to yourself. The High Court Criminal Court 4 continued the trial of Ashanti Regional Chairman Bernard Achibuasiakun, popularly known as Chairman Wontumi, regarding alleged illegal mining activities linked to the concession in Samra Boy on Thursday, May 7th, 2026. Now the relevant portion. Where is the rush? This is in quote. When you appear, just in quote, when you appear on television and people criticize the judiciary for case delays, don't sit there and watch. Tell them you are contributing to the delays. The public continues to criticize us for those for the slow progress. So we are also taking action.
So that the judge is a wonderful judge.
The judge is right.
This is a wonderful judge. If this was what really transpired in court.
So I'm saying that.
Yes.
And where is the person Andy complained?
Andy Apiakubi complained.
Where?
Is that a complaint?
No, I'm saying that he complained.
Where?
But even if you complain, these are trivia matters.
Absolutely.
These are trivia matters.
You were reading the source.
This thing has been happening in court.
Two things.
Do you know how
I said one
go to court
is that
objection?
The court said in open court that they are causing delays. Did I say that?
Apiakubi wasn't happy with it. That's what you did.
So where is the portion that?
But I'm saying that the crux of the issue is that the judge said in open court that they are causing delays.
And so what?
That is what I said.
And so what?
No, but that is the foundation of my argument.
The point was that
but the point is trivia.
Lead counsel was
complained about it.
Happy.
So what is it? What's that portion?
I will read. No.
Read it.
But you see, the crux of the issue.
You have wasted He has wasted a
Brother, don't allow him to be reading Google.
Yeah.
He's reading
Ghana Web is Google.
No.
I'll come back to you.
When I read from Ghana Web, I'm not.
You have wasted a time. What is the portion?
And what is wrong with reading from Google?
Guys, hold on.
I'm not wrong from reading from Google.
I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you.
Google doesn't have credibility.
Okay, let's
So with the issue of Wontumi,
yes.
I think that justice delayed is very troubling, but justice negotiated is very controversial and suspicious. Look, Ghanaians are asking, and the young people we are asking, is this an accountability or is just merely an elegant exit strategy? Because if Wontumi knew at the instant that he was guilty, why didn't he just go for a plea bargain at then and wait for this time, waste the resources of the country? And this is the right
That's the
second case.
There are three different
The
cases.
second one is the exim one that involved.
Yeah, we have not discussed that.
For that one, his lawyers are opting for what you are.
well,
this is separate.
with the
So this one is
all right.
criminal.
So I think that this is very, very, very a controversial issue. And for his lawyer, the moment he withdrawn, he's just telling one thing to us, that he knows that he's actually guilty. His client is guilty. Because I don't know any other reason aside from this that will actually lead him to taking that decision. So for me, in my mind, that is the only thing.
That's what he's communicating by his decision.
That's the only thing that he's
but he's denied that on the show. You heard him this morning.
Well,
yeah, that's what he's telling us.
That's up
Anyway,
to
so let's see what the outcome will be, and then we'll wait to see what the court will decide later on. Yeah.
Great. Blessed good morning to you, your panelists, and then the viewers out there. You know, Baron de Montesquieu, in his theory of separation of powers, says that it is the law that rules and nothing else. And in Ghana, you have this popular saying that the law is the law. So for me, if Chairman Wontumi is having his fair day in court, that is the way to go. I am happy that Ghana is not a banana republic. So Chairman Wontumi is going through due process. I know that the table will surely turn one day. And then there will surely be a new party to take over the realms of affairs. So when government appointees and political activists are being made to go through same rudiment, people shouldn't sit at their comfort zone.
What are you suggesting? Are you trying to say people
shouldn't sit at their comfort zone and create the impression as if somebody is going through political persecution? For me, I am happy that Chairman Wontumi is having his fair day in court. And definitely, because the time that Awa was speaking, he made mention of a DC who have also gone through, and then he is at post. Because for him, the law shouldn't, as it were, be made known to him or possibly go through the rigors of the law. That's why I'm saying that Ghana is not a banana republic. So Chairman Wontumi is having his fair day in court. The table will turn. One day, either the NPP or the good political party of Solo might also come to power. And then when political activists are being made to go through similar rudiment, people shouldn't sit at their comfort zone to say that people are going through political persecution. People are made to make account of their stewardship when power was under their possession.
So you mean this crop of NDC leadership will also be subjected to same?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. It is a good news that the Operation Recover Loot has oral is beginning to take shape by producing a better resource for the people of this country. They were other people in the past. They were saying that oral was a scam and that that they were delaying the cases. That the NDC just use it as a propaganda to win the 2024 election. Today, this is where we are, and it is a good news because it is a hope and an expectation of the poor taxpayer out there that when politicians are in office, I'm paying a tax. The politicians will not loot those kind of monies and walk away unpunished.
So you're saying Chairman Wontumi should pay all 14 million to the exim in the case of the exim?
Apart from that, they should be.
Or you don't want the AG to even listen to his lawyer?
I believe, in my opinion, I believe that when somebody steals money that belongs to the state, we should rather make arrangement for the person to pay the money back to the state. Aside that, there should be at least some minimum punishment attached to it.
So the money is more important to you?
The money is very important to the state than jailing the person.
Yes. Okay, great. Great point there. Yeah, yes, let me hear from you.
Thank you, Blessed. I think we are doing more of politics than sticking to the matters that are relevant to the nation. You see, when we are talking about issues like this, let's put politics aside. These are legal issues. So if someone is put before law, let the person go through the due process. If the evidence provided are enough to put a person to court, then that's it. But at a point where our panelists are debating more of politics than law, it won't do justice to the issue that we are here for.
Do you feel that, I mean, to be honest, you can take away politics from the Wontumi case?
Yeah, because this is a legal issue. So far as it's before courts, we should do with the legal issue.
Awal is telling you that the government is picking and choosing the cases.
Oh, no.
In terms of fight against illegal mining.
It always starts from somewhere. So if Chairman Wontumi is being put before law and at the end he's proven guilty or not guilty, then we learn from that case. Then we go for the other ones that are equally doing same. But in a situation where we are talking about legal issues, we are talking about politics, we can't do two things at the same time. Let's prosecute him. If he's guilty, yes, he's guilty. If he's not guilty, then we let him go.
I get that.
Making the issue look as if it's a politics, no, this is a legal issue. So let's deal with it in a legal way.
Great points there. Great points there. We'll come back to the issue of jobs shortly. I just want to close the chapter on this one to me issue. Solo, have you heard that? The lawyer is denying that. Some people are calling Andy Apiakuvi as a bad lawyer. In fact, he's complained about that as well. That people are just making commentary. At some point, Dr. Bawumia's name came up, which he's denying. I don't know if you've heard all of these things as well.
I have heard it, but I know why Apiakuvi will be denying it at this time, because, you know, he's also not in the good books of the other side. You understand? Remember?
Which side?
This cabal is a cabal made of Akufo-Addo and Bawumia fashion. And you remember? He was the one that was leading the charge against Ken Ofori-Atta. As a result of that, he lost his seat in Asante-Achem.
So what are you saying?
So what I'm saying is that he will be the last person probably to go and visit Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So I can understand why he has to defend himself. At the point he was telling you that even for a whole year, he has not met the Aziz Samira or so, are trying to distance himself from the cabal that is available. So to that extent, I agree with you. Whether or not he's a good lawyer is another matter that is peculiar to his
That's what some of the NPP...
They are saying he's a bad lawyer?
No, well, that's the claim. He's denying it, though.
Well, I have not utilized...
So he says people are making commentary all over the place.
I have not utilized his services, to be fair to him. However, I believe that the decision to withdraw from the case does not serve his interest as a professional lawyer. Because now, if I am looking for a lawyer and I want to settle on Apiakuvi, I'll be thinking twice. At what point would he abandon me? You get my point? Especially on these flimsy...
Well, that he may leave you?
Oh, but that's what he has done to Wontumi. He has run away from Wontumi. Just like how Bofedami ran away from Wontumi.
Yeah. But now, what do you expect from the NPP, at least to come in and support him now?
No, they have about... You see, I was telling he has never visited the court, so he can sit somewhere and say that Wontumi has received the needed support from the party. Remember, first of all, that Wontumi is a regional chairman. And not just a regional chairman coming from their stronghold. So ordinarily, you would expect that camaraderie or that support from the regional chairman, not even the national executive, the regional chairman. How many times have you seen any regional chairman even visit the court to solidarize with him? The last time I go to court more often because of business. Anytime I've been there, it is only this guy, Pasco, a branch of, is it Fasco or Pasco, and some few bloggers. And they don't know what those people tell me. Because I was in the NPP and they know me, they confine in some of us. You understand? You have never been there. You are sitting in your comfort room. Yeah, I mean, you don't care about Wontumi. And
Awa doesn't care about Wontumi.
He doesn't care about you. Wontumi is definitely, and that's why I started by saying.
Someone who supports the party who's going to.
It's my regional chairman.
Okay.
Yes, it's my regional.
But he was in NDC, joined the NPP not long ago. So where do you think his allegiance lies? Someone who was ingrained in NDC politics joins the NPP within 2 years, 3 years, and all of a sudden he's more NPP than those that came.
I've been in the party for 10 years now.
You are like 10 years. You understand? So he doesn't have that foundation. So he wouldn't love Wontumi than those that. This is the story. You see, Wontumi.
What is he saying?
Huh?
Okay, can we do this? I'll come back.
No, I'm not done.
Okay, so
I'm not done.
Just land.
Why would you allow this?
There's a certain part that I want.
There's a certain part.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is that Wontumi, as a regional chairman, must learn a lot of things from this case. You understand? I also disagree with him when he says that there are other cases, and for which reason it should have been equalization. We should have allowed Wontumi's case not to be tried in court.
Did I say it shouldn't be tried?
And to the extent
try him and try the others.
Yes, I'm coming there. And I agree that you have to try others who are involved. Okay. By doing so, he made mention of one MC, DC in Etiwa East. Yeah. You better go and check that case.
So what is that?
Because when it happened, I am always interested in going after politicians that are perceived to be engaging themselves in.
So I want to go with
I have gone. No, don't go there. And as in team, I took my own money to visit Asamatan to investigate. And I think the judge who cited him for contempt did a great deal of disservice to him. When the man was actually fighting for the interest of the community. Remember, he's a community leader. And this case predates the time he became.
He's NDC constituency.
No, listen. Okay. You don't understand NDC constituency. I'm telling you that. And then, that land that you are talking about was acquired for the Ghana box side.
I want us to deal, so let me hear from you. I want us to deal with the certain numbers.
Yes, on the case of lawyer Apia Kubi being a bad or good lawyer, I'm not sure he's a bad lawyer. He's a good lawyer. But unfortunately, I think it's the circumstances he currently found himself. He appeared quite overwhelmed. Because quite recently, I listened to one of his interview with Obi on one of your platforms. And he made some statement that the fact that Wontumi is taking a plea bargaining doesn't mean that he's guilty. And he went ahead to defend that point strongly. You see, if you go through our status, the law, especially the plea bargaining regime, the first time it was introduced into our laws was, that is Act 459, the Court Act, Section 35. Before you negotiate any plea bargain, you need to plead guilty.
No.
That is in the law.
Absolutely.
That is in. Keep quiet and let me make my point. When I finish, you can rebut.
Okay.
So if you go to Section 35 of the Court Act, is there. Then you go back to Section 71.
But there's a full-blown act.
No, I'm coming. I'm coming there. Okay. I'm coming there. If you go to Section 71 of the Special Prosecutors Act, that one is also there. That is Act 5959. Section 71 also outlines this whole plea bargaining thing. Then you go to the Narcotic Control Commission Act. That is Section 47. That is the only plea bargaining regime that gives certainty, because it says that if you are a courier and you are transported and you are caught, you should be given a half of your sentence. Then we come to the almighty plea bargaining Act, the 1079, which is an amendment to an existing act, which is the Criminal and Other Offences Procedure Act, Act 30. It's just an amendment. If you go into that procedure, there was an insertion which stretches from Section 162A to 162R. If you go to the H3, it says that before the court will admit that you are negotiating for a plea bargaining, you need to plead guilty. Because which quotation?
He should quote it.
What 107 mention what? 1709. 170. So okay, 1079.
Let him read.
He just quoted that.
Okay, so
no, I don't.
You ask me.
No, read. I don't.
But if it is him, he can just break.
You didn't read.
Solo, you read it for me.
Yeah, let me read it for you.
Read the H3.
Okay.
H3.
Solo, I want to be sure you are reading a good document.
So check.
Okay.
Unlike you, that he will
read.
Okay. 8-3. So this is it. Where the accused person pleads guilty to a charge, the court shall record. Where should I start from? Where the accused person pleads guilty to a charge, the court shall record the plea and convict the accused person.
Whilst
where the accused person does not plead not guilty, the court shall treat the plea as a withdrawal from the plea agreement. You understand?
Yes.
So until plea bargaining under our current regime goes through, don't mind. Before you take a plea bargaining, you must first plead guilty. Because this whole act, this multiple act that I have mentioned, flows from a major constitutional provision, which is Article 19(2)(c). That is the presumption of innocence until proven guilty by a court of competent jurisdiction or admission of guilt by the person. That is the only way. Section 4, Article 14 of the criminal law, that is in executing sentence when somebody has been found guilty. Until somebody is guilty, you can never punish the person. You can never negotiate anyway. So before any plea bargaining, you must first plead guilty. So in this particular instance, no lawyer can just sit anywhere and say that Wontumi is negotiating because he's not guilty. Once you are negotiating, the law says that you must plead guilty first. Failure to do so, you need to withdraw, and then you go through the whole process. You understand? And then you have
because I want us to talk about
you have 30 days.
Also, yes. Yeah. So just
so you have 30 days to negotiate with the AG whether they accept it. Within 30 days, if you are not able to, then the whole trial starts again. You understand? I am against plea bargaining. Personally,
even for Wontumi.
No, that's my basic principle, because you see, within the political landscape, many people regard it as a convenient way of the political class or the elite negotiating their criminal liabilities. You understand? It started in America somewhere. It wasn't like that in the 1800s when people
But if the AG used that for other members of the NDC, why can't we? There was a threshold we were told.
Yeah.
So if that was you,
no. You see, we are talking, like you said, the threshold is very, very important. The amount involved.
So if you use it for someone else, why won't you use it for Chairman?
No. But you see, I cannot sit here and determine for the AG, but my principal position is that
it shouldn't be.
It has been abused, because when it started, it was just because of case load. In America, they started negotiating plea just to ease the case. But in recent times, it's being used for different purposes. If you are not careful, especially when it's dealing with political cases, people might abuse it, and you might not know who and who. And you see, this whole plea bargaining, I think people are taking it slightly. If Solo had gone ahead to read, it also says that when you negotiate and take the plea deal and you plead guilty, then you submit your right to appear and everything to the judge. Then the judge, in sentencing you, there is a whole sentencing regime. The judge may consider. The word shall consider.
He can set aside.
Exactly.
Set aside.
He can even, by that time, you can't go back because you have admitted guilt. You understand? And he can still make you pay half of it and still imprison you, because his only responsibility is to consider. The word consider in law doesn't impose any responsibility. You understand? So I think it's not an easy road. So it's not an easy road. You can negotiate all you want with the AG. When you go before the court,
I'm also on the table.
Exactly. The court can have a different.
So it's clear now. You now agree.
I'm not a lawyer.
Okay, yeah.
And there is nowhere that he pointed in the law.
Okay.
When he even
I won't debate you on that.
When he even read it, that he said that you have to automatically plead guilty. The thing is that it's not there.
Just going by.
Let me come. Let me make my submission first before you ask me questions. You let me make my submission.
You want to set your own standard?
So that's one. I didn't hear anything from what Solo read that indeed you have to.
Let me read it.
What I know.
No.
What I know is that if you want to enter into plea bargain, you start negotiation with the Attorney General. Within 7 days, you have to send it to court for the court to really affirm, to okay it for you to go and do the plea bargaining. If in the course of the plea bargain, you are not able to negotiate, the case continues. So in this case, if you had pleaded guilty, you cannot plead guilty because you didn't plead guilty already.
But that's not what I'm saying. So
what he's talking
stop
about.
confusing
yourself. I'm saying that.
Let me explain.
If you have to plead guilty before you go for negotiation, and if you go into negotiation and it breaks down, it means you are in trouble.
You are deliberately.
You don't do that. You can ask any lawyer. You don't have to plead guilty before you negotiate.
No. But who said that?
You said it.
No.
You don't have to you negotiate, plead guilty before you negotiate.
Well, he's saying
is he okay?
that anytime you enter into that and you agreed, automatically you are admitting guilt. That's what he's telling you.
That is, it's not automatic that you are admitting guilt.
You have to admit.
So what then?
Else there will be no plea bargain.
In the case of Wontumi,
yes,
he went for a loan. He went for a loan.
Yes,
and the loan, according to the state, in any case, if you go for a loan and you default, it's not criminal.
We get that.
It's civil. Now, in this case, they said there is a criminal element because Chairman Wontumi procured the loan with some dubious means. And they said they wanted to do that. Then the lawyers are saying...
You can see the charges there.
Yes, and the lawyers are saying that.
Yes,
instead of us going through all these processes, because even if we go and I am discharged and acquitted, I'll still pay the loan. He still paid the loan back because it's a loan that he went on. Then he said that now let's go and negotiate. Let's sit down and negotiate. Let me pay in addition to the charges.
They are not renegotiating the loan.
No. He's negotiating with the Attorney General because you see, even if he is pronounced guilty or he's acquitted, you will still pay the loan back because it's the loan that he went for. So now he's saying that you are
limited in the law. You just told us you are limited in the law. So you should yield to the law each time there's.
So who is more knowledgeable in the law?
I have read it to you.
Who is more knowledgeable in the law on this table?
Let me explain something.
I am saying that
you just told us that you are limited in the law. That's what you just told us.
I said I'm not a lawyer. I didn't say I'm limited. I didn't say I'm limited. Did I say I'm limited?
As for what I
didn't say that.
All right. You know what?
I didn't say that.
We have jobs to talk about. So let's do with setting up time and then a minute each for all of you. And then Solo, I beg you, no comments on this.
I don't have a problem.
Okay, thank you. I was setting up time. 1 minute each for all of you. Then we can talk about jobs because that also matters. You are NY, right? Or YE?
Yeah.
So that one you are smiling.
I used to be.
Yeah.
Oh, so you are working in the government sector.
Yeah. Now you are back.
I was the head of public relations.
And you are still working.
No, you are working in the
government. I don't work in now. So.
We'll talk about that one shortly.
Yes. Setting up